And we are back in the TechLounge studio here at Mobile World Congress 2015, Hall 3, and the Intel booth. It is in beautiful and sunny Barcelona. Michael Greene, Vice President of Software and Service Group, is over here.
Hello.
Good to see you, Michael.
Glad to be here.
And we're going to talk a little bit about WebRTC.
Yes, my organization really focuses in on, bringing capabilities that will enhance the user's experience. And one that's really exciting to us is what we're doing with WebRTC. It's exciting because I think it's an opportunity to bring video conferencing, chatting, face-to-face meetings to everyone. Basically, if you have a handheld, laptop, two-in-one, we're going to make video conferencing just ubiquitous.
And you're using the most important app of it all.
Of course, we're going to be using the WebRTC to do that. And we just released the Intel Collaboration Suite for WebRTC version 2 in January. Yeah. So it's out there. Go to software.intel.com, get your version of it, and it provides a lot of the tools to make it real easy to bring video conferencing into your web browser.
Yeah, and you just named it. It's the browser. It's all about the browser, and I think this is very important.
It is all about the browser. It's on all the devices, whether it's handheld, tablets, two-in-ones, anything that's connected to the internet with the browser now has the ability to have this video conferencing capability.
Right. Whenever people are asking me, what's your most favorite app? Or if they're giving you a brand new handset and you're only allowed to install one app, I was saying, it has to be the browser.
It has to be the browser because it's just becoming more and more powerful. And with capabilities around HTML and other standards, these capabilities are just becoming available across all the devices. That's what makes the browser so critical to our ability to deploy great user capabilities.
So we also have to talk about STO, the system technologies and optimization. So what does it specifically do? And of course, what kind of impact does it have on WebRTC?
Sure. So the system technology and optimization, in it, I like to think of it as the place where we say if it runs best on Intel. Our job is really focused on optimizing key software that utilizes the full Intel platform. So we'll do things like provide system software, firmware, optimize key code like WebRTC, also work on things on the back end with big data with Apache Hadoop and other capabilities like that. And of course, we'll drive standards because we want to make sure that what we do is easily adoptable and understandable by the huge developers community that's building these innovative applications. So for us, optimizing WebRTC was all part of that. One of the challenges when you think about video conferencing is that you need a really good horsepower processor to get a smooth interaction, right? We don't want to drop frames. You want a great quality. And by using the full platform, we're able to use the Atom processor and the offload engine, whether it's Intel Iris Pro graphics and other offload accelerators around VP8, to really get the full benefit of the platform. That way, whether it's an Atom-driven processor platform or an Intel Core platform, you still get this amazing quality video capability.
Which is quite interesting because, of course, you can take advantage of hardware acceleration that is coming from the GPU, especially when we see, Atom developed or latest Core i5, which is running HD 5500 right now.
Absolutely.
This really, really has a huge impact in terms of the performance on WebRTC, especially when it's running in an environment like a browser.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, people just want to have a great experience. We'll work on the software and the platform underneath it to make it such that you just click on a link and get this incredible experience.
Yeah. So just to give us an idea about the challenges. I mean, we're not talking about one browser, right?
Sure.
You need to make sure that this is running on Chrome, on Internet Explorer, Safari, Opera, Firefox. You name
Mozilla.
it.
We'll just, there are so many, and that's what's so critical about standards. Right. So when we work with WebRTC, when we work with HTML5, we work on these standards because they'll be adopted by all the browsers. when they're picked up, then our capabilities move to those browsers because they conform to the standard. That is so important to us. That way we can go from one to many quite easily. So it's our approach. It's been working quite well, and it's really great to see the capabilities really just run on a host of different platforms, and as you mentioned, a host of different browsers.
So with system technologies and optimization, of course, it's a lot to do also how to optimize the drivers, right? Specifically for the hardware. I mean, you guys are working right on the latest hardware. This is a huge advantage, I guess.
It's a great advantage, and the work even starts before the hardware even shows up. That's one of the capabilities we have. We'll do a lot of our development really on virtual platforms. On the platform that's going to be here in a year or two, we already start doing the optimization. So when it shows up, bam, the benefits are ready as soon as the hardware is available.
So you are the guys always getting the latest instruction sets, right, and to really tinker around with it, and also giving feedback back to the hardware guys, right?
Absolutely.
This must be amazing.
It is a great cycle, right?
Yeah.
As we learn more about what it takes to optimize these different experiences, we absolutely work closely with our architects to say, here are the challenges, here are the bottlenecks we're running into. That gives them the ability to design new features, new offload engines, or just new instruction sets that make my job a lot easier. So as they make my job easier, I hope to make their platform shine even more.
So to see what just happened in terms of the hardware, especially in the last 2 or 3 years, where you can out of a sudden see, I mean, your work coming from a traditional kind of mobile device like a laptop, which is still a mobile device for me, or from a desktop, now onto a platform that is running on an Intel Atom, like a smartphone, which fits in the palm of your hand.
Yes.
That must be quite interesting.
It is interesting. It's fun to go see my friends, whether they're using an Android-based device, an iOS device, or what have you, and to be able to look at it and go, wow, all that hard work is actually paying off. So it's really becoming ubiquitous, right? We're really working hard to democratize, video communication.
I mean, the optimizations that you're running for WebRTC, you already mentioned, the benefits that you are capable of really, like you said, working on virtual machines, working on future platforms that are coming to the market in 1 or 2 years. So the benefits for the users are obviously performance and compatibility.
Well, absolutely. The user will see it just as a seamless, smooth experience. But with web conferencing, there's a front end, the client side, which the user will experience. But there's also the cloud side of things. And with new technologies like multi-point control capability, our multi-point control unit, we're able to handle lots of simultaneous streams. So when you're in a video conference, if it's 1-to-1, 1-to-5, it just seamlessly scales so that the user experience remains incredible. And with all that work that we put in ahead of the platform, they just see and enjoy the outcome.
Yeah. You've already mentioned how crucial it is to have standards, and when it comes to HTML, right, we definitely have some proper standards over there, and thank God we don't have them just since yesterday, right? These have been very well established standards, which makes your work much easier, of course.
Absolutely.
Right? To see what's going to be next down the roadmap, right? I know we were talking about HTML5 for the last 5 years, and when anyone is making a prediction for the next year, they're always telling you it's going to be the breakthrough year of HTML5.
That's right.
When is it finally happening, and what does it do for WebRTC?
It does sometimes seem to take a while to get here, but when it does, it is so impactful. One of the things that we're really excited about right now is being able to integrate our new technologies with the Intel RealSense technologies. Oh, yeah. Right now, we're bringing in natural language understanding, gesture recognition, facial detection, and then you combine that with video streaming capabilities. We're coming into a space where you might start off with a phone conversation, which is just going between two people. You could bring in 3D objects, start to move them around virtually, and really start to have an enriched.
Now we're talking, Michael.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun, right? We're gonna start developing things and playing with all kinds of things right in real time, and that's what's happening now. So we're continuing to bridge the technologies and bringing in just more natural capabilities between the video as well as web art, the RealSense capabilities.
Yeah. I remember when I saw RealSense for the very first time, that was, I think, like our IDF 2013 or so, or before that. I could somehow guess what we can do with this technology in the future. But now it's getting rolled out to more, let's say, generic use cases or use cases that we can use on a daily basis, like what you just said, right? That I can bring 3D objects into a video chat that is running into my browser and in my browser. This is also a huge challenge for you guys again, because this is just takes the whole idea of this real-time chat onto a whole new level.
You know, it is a great challenge, and the way we're approaching it, I think, is just smart in that we're trying to enable the developer community to innovate on their own. Right? We're not exactly sure what the future will bring, but we are certain that we want to make it easy for the developer to bring it. So as we work with standards and we work with these capabilities and tools, we want to make it just quickly so that you can go from ideation to realization quickly with our capabilities and software development tools.
Yeah. And once again, it's not only about the RealSense technology in terms of showing 3D objects,
sure,
but also obviously how I'm going to manipulate them, how I'm going to actually access also your UI for the future.
Absolutely. It's really neat when you start thinking about gesture recognition. Yeah. Some of the capabilities are facial detection, male, female, just really simple things. But the applicability goes beyond just a video conferencing. Many people are thinking about how you might use it in different environments, how you might use it for doing inventory, how you might do things to just, help people, track your dog. What has it been doing all day? The ideas are just many and vast. And as you start to see what's possible, it just gets really exciting. And it's even better because the platform and the browser are just everywhere. So we know that, when these ideas come to fruition, it can just, quickly change throughout the ecosystem.
So when we're looking at, as I said, what's ahead of us, right?
Yeah.
And we've already mentioned that HTML5, yes, with its amazing capabilities it has, but it seems to really take a while to finally get into the market. And but you know what? If you could just predict what's going to happen in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
Well,
I know
that's a tough one.
That's the challenge of today, Michael.
It is. God, if I know what's happening tomorrow, I would pick my lottery numbers. But one of the things that is clearly happening is that the pace of innovation keeps speeding up.
Oh yeah.
Right. And while I can't tell you what 5 years will look like, I'm fairly certain that in 5 years, our ability to communicate with each other, to have, texting, I'm not sure we'll still be doing that. We might, but it's going to be so many things added on top of it. And on the back end of it, I think that analytics will be playing a larger role in terms of adding contextual information, right? We have seen demos where, hey, if I'm walking down a street and, we're in Barcelona and the sign's in Spanish, it'd be great if in real time I could hold my camera to it, the video stream, and instantly have it converted to English. Yeah. Or if I'm speaking to someone else who speaks a different language, that I can actually speak in one language and it translate in real time. These kinds of capabilities that will enrich the way people interact with each other, I definitely see that as part of the future. How exactly it takes shape, I can only say that we're going to do our best to make sure that the platform and the software is ready to embrace it.
I like that. I'm sure that not only you, but your whole team is very, very passionate about the future of communication, because that's exactly what you're talking about.
Absolutely. And it's fun to even play with our own technologies
Yeah.
and get it coming into our day-to-day. And it's pretty exciting what we're able to envision and then realize.
Interesting also to see what technology makes possible right now. If you just look 5 years back, right, where we've been at the status quo 5 years ago, and compare it to what we have right now, that is absolutely amazing.
It is amazing. God, 5 years ago, that many things that we take for granted just didn't exist.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact dates of so many of the software capabilities. Not sure when Instagram started or Snapchat, these kinds of communication capabilities.
Yeah.
But if they were around 5 years, they're now just common ways that people communicate and, keep their social connections together. And I think that in looking forward five years, wow, I'm not sure what it'd be, but I will be excited to see it.
Okay, absolutely. Did you have the chance to walk around on the show floor a little bit to see some stuff? Anything that you think is very, very exciting?
Well, yeah, I did get the chance to walk a little bit, so many meetings. But one of the things that I saw that was really exciting was around augmented reality. All right, so, again, if you think of all the capabilities coming together, one was they took I saw a tablet pointed at an engine, and it disassembled the engine and showed how to repair it. And I said, wow, that is just incredible. And then as you think about Intel RealSense capabilities and WebRTC, you can see it moving to a space where you start moving the parts. You can see how you might connect it and start ordering the pieces that are missing or and other capabilities like that. Yeah. Also got to see some of the capabilities of just people, trying out furniture inside of a live space, kind of with the 3D capabilities of RealSense, and putting it into a virtual environment to, so you can actually try before you buy virtually. So some really exciting things that were compelling. What I look for as I walk through is I would use that. That's the things that I come back to. It's like, yes, I'll use that.
When you have this wow effect.
That's right. Exactly. I can see the utility in it. I can see the benefits of it. That's what excites me about this incredible showcase that's happening at Mobile World Congress.
Michael, thank you so much for your time. Wish you all the best for WebRTC and what you're developing on top of it. I just love this topic because, once again, this is about the future of communication. And you know what? Communication, and to be able to communicate, can overcome a lot of obstacles that we have in our lives, especially when we're talking about the language barrier. And to see that technology can overcome this and will overcome this in the future, I'm very, very, very optimistic about this. It's just really cool to see. Thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you for the opportunity.
So we are going to have a little break of like 5 minutes or so. Oh no, by the way, 10 minutes. And then we're going to talk to Alex Illich. He is the CTO of Dakuda. So we're back soon.